The PlayStation Plus freebies for the month of June are about to be revealed probably this coming Wednesday, and I say quote-unquote freebies, you guys get the deal. Those games should be unveiled in the coming days, and they should be going live hopefully next Tuesday. And in this video, I want to highlight some of the games that I personally would love to see as a part of the PlayStation Plus lineup, not necessarily just for next month exclusively, but just across the board. If they don't want to do it next month, then these are still games I would like to see sometime down the line. I try to keep them realistic. Yes, the PlayStation Plus games for 2021 have been really good, but I am not expecting Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart or Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade or Scarlet Nexus to be a part of the Plus lineup, but hey, my standards have gone up a little bit, so let's get started now. It seems like every month Sony does want to give away a premier PlayStation 5 title. They gave away Oddworld Soulstorm, Wreckfest, Control Ultimate Edition, and we're talking about brand new games. So I decided I would look through the games that are dropping on June, and I particularly wanted to look at the games that are not live for pre-order yet. So there are games like Necromunda Hired Gun that would be great to see as a Plus title. However, that's already live for pre-order, so I don't think they would do that if that would be a Plus title. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2 already available for pre-order. And then I looked at a game like Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance, and that would be a really cool freebie to get as a Plus subscriber. However, that's a game that's going to be a part of Xbox Game Pass on PC and on console, and I feel like there would be a slight conflict of interest if it was on Game Pass and then it would also be on Plus on the same month. I don't know, that was just my rationale thinking about it. However, one game that I would like to see that is not available for pre-order, Metro Exodus Complete Edition. I think that would be a cool one. Hey, they gave us Control Ultimate Edition, and I think everybody was satisfied with that. Metro Exodus is getting its long-awaited PlayStation 5 upgrade next month, and it's going to look tremendous on PS5. If you've looked at the trailers, it's been shaping up really nicely, and Metro's a game that is really accentuated by high-end hardware. That's what we've seen out of 2033, Last Light, and Exodus on high-end PCs. It's going to look really good on PlayStation 5, and for a little bit, I had thought that this was just going to be a standard upgrade, and it wasn't going to see like a physical release or a standalone release as a PlayStation 5 version, but I was wrong on that. You can pre-order a physical copy of Metro Exodus, the Complete Edition, PlayStation 5 case and everything, but interestingly enough, pre-order for that game is not live yet. So that's just me doing a little bit of work, like just looking at things. Do I think it's going to be the Plus title? Who knows? I just think that would be a Plus game that's reasonable. It's an upgrade, so it's not like there was this grandiose undertaking in developing the upgrade, but it would still be something I think a lot of people would be satisfied with. If it's the Complete Edition with the DLC, even better on that end, and I think people will be happy about that. It's going for $40 for that physical copy, so this is the kind of game I could see being a Plus freebie. The only issue is when we got Control, and this is where things are getting a little bit murky. When we got Control dropped on February 2nd, so it right away was a gateway title into that month's Plus lineup. In the case of Metro Exodus, this upgrade is scheduled to drop on June 18th, so it's a little bit deeper in the month. But now there's been a precedent set with like Wreckfest, where Wreckfest was offered to Plus subscribers before the PlayStation 5 version of that game even came out. So really, everything's off the table, and you really can't look at, you know, saying the past is prologue at this point just because everything has been done at this point. But out of the lineup in the month of June, Metro Exodus to me looks like one that I think people would be satisfied with. It's not like a Ratchet & Clank where it just is completely unfathomable, but Metro would be one I think a lot of people would be happy with, so that's my 2 cents on that. Okay, so that's the PlayStation 5 title I'd like to see. Obviously, the bread and butter is going to be the PlayStation 4 titles because, hey, everybody at this point should have a PlayStation 4 at the very least. So one game that I've been knocking the drum of to be on Plus for a little bit is Hunt Showdown. Hunt Showdown got a lot of buzz on PC. It's a popular multiplayer title on PC. I just feel like it hasn't resonated as strongly on consoles. For whatever reason, maybe it's because it's a Crytek game and Crytek games are more associated with PC, with like Crysis and things like that. But Hunt Showdown's an awesome game, especially if you have some friends to play with, and you guys know where I'm going with this. PlayStation Plus, all your friends are going to have it. If you can all download Hunt Showdown, you can all have a good time together, and it would really open the floodgates for a lot of people on PlayStation to enjoy that game because it is a really great game. And then what it could do on PlayStation 5 as well. Would love to see a full-on upgrade for Hunt Showdown on PS5. I think that would be tremendous and really give that game some momentum going into the future. And again, as a Plus title, I think it would give it a little bit of a jolt, and I think people would be happy with Hunt Showdown. I've been knocking the door for Hunt Showdown for a while. I've been, beating the drum of that game for a while. You do need to... The ideal experience is to play it with a couple of friends, but Plus would give you the perfect avenue to do exactly that. So Hunt Showdown, I think, is a slam dunk. I think it would be in Sony's best interest to work out a deal with Crytek and whoever they need to work with to get Hunt Showdown as a part of the Plus lineup, and I think the audience and the subscribers of PlayStation Plus would be happy with that as an offering. Okay, next up, they've been offering first-party titles. So I was looking at first-party titles. What could they give us? What seems reasonable? I was thinking Uncharted Lost Legacy, man. They gave us Infamous First Light a while ago, so I was like, Uncharted Lost Legacy kind of fills that same route that Infamous First Light did, where it's a standalone expansion. It's a smaller experience, but it's still pretty good. Uncharted Lost Legacy followed a lot of the typical Uncharted formula. Like, it didn't reinvent the wheel by any means necessary, but it doesn't really need to. I mean, Uncharted works and people enjoy Uncharted. Lost Legacy was one of those games, though, that did get a little bit lost in the shuffle. Like, some people checked it out, the really hardcore Uncharted fans checked it out, but it wasn't like an Uncharted 4 where, like, everybody with a PlayStation 4 bought it, or even an Uncharted 2 or anything like that. It was a standalone expansion, and it was at $40, so it was a little bit pricey, where First Light, Infamous First Light, I believe, was $15. So this was a little bit of a hard sell, but now it's been so many years. I feel like, it's been 4 years since the release of Uncharted Lost Legacy. Why not drop it on PlayStation Plus to throw us a bone? Let some people play Uncharted Lost Legacy, because it's a pretty good game. Is it a home run like an Uncharted 2? No, it's not at that level, but it's still a pretty solid game, and I think people would enjoy that as an offering. I also want to give mention to one final PlayStation 4 game that I would like to see, and that is Dead Cells. Now, I offer you Dead Cells because this game, first of all, is awesome. It's an awesome Metroidvania title, but Dead Cells also has been on Xbox Game Pass, so I think it makes sense for it to be on PlayStation Plus, and I think the developers of Dead Cells would be open to it. Now, you might be wondering, hey, didn't you just mention Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance is coming to Game Pass, so you don't see that being reasonable for it to be on Plus? The difference with that is Microsoft probably paid a lot of money to get Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance on Xbox Game Pass because it's a day one release. It's a day one release coming to Xbox Game Pass, and to offer it on Plus right away, that is the conflict of interest. Dead Cells has been out for a while, and it's been on Game Pass for a while, so I don't think the issue is going to be there like it would be for Dungeons & Dragons. And by the way, I believe Dark Alliance is also available for pre-order on PlayStation Store, so that kind of puts the kibosh on that idea anyway. But yeah, just to give you guys a little bit of info on that, Dead Cells is an awesome Metroidvania title. Give the subscribers the base game. You know they're gonna enjoy the game so much that they're probably just gonna end up buying Bad Seed and the DLC anyway, so you'll end up making revenue on the back end off Dead Cells anyway. And at this point, if you're a fan of Metroidvanias, you probably already bought Dead Cells, but you can cater to a different audience, give them Dead Cells. They'll probably like the game because it's a tremendous Metroidvania title. It's just a tremendous action platformer, and they'll enjoy it so much. You probably sell some DLC. Just makes sense across the board, in my opinion, for Dead Cells. But that's my 2 cents on that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Always interested to hear from you guys and what you guys think, what games you guys would like to see on Plus. Just try to keep it a little bit reasonable. No, I doubt we're gonna get Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. I just don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think Scarlet Nexus is gonna be on there, but if you're reasonable, I do think there are good suggestions to make. That's gonna wrap up this one. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.